everybody. I hope you guys can see this thing right. Okay. Shall a tale of a thousand stars. This is what we'll be talking about today. A tale of a thousand stars. So exciting. So for once, I actually got the main character's name correct, Tien, and his signal's a little rough this morning, but we'll get through. So I want to pick up with the last episode where he has come to this remote village, which is Tien. You know, he's received that heart from the last teacher that was there, and he has her diary, her booklet that talks all about the students. So he has knowledge of everybody there and then some, but he hasn't told anybody that he was the heart recipient or why he's there or anything. So nobody has a clue. He just, a new teacher replacing the last teacher, and just a handful of people know that the last teacher had died. And so not even everybody in the village knows that this girl done died and her heart has been, taken out of her body and put into someone else. And it's the teacher who's there. So he's, going along to get along with Pooh. And Pooh is just mocking him and, trying to give him a hard time so he will, go ahead and leave, because he knows his background, that he's a rich kid, he comes from money and all of that. Like, he has the inside scoop on him, so he doesn't really feel that he's a fit for the village, and he doesn't want to waste time. So he's kind of like just nudging him, mocking him along in this current episode that I saw today. And it was just so cute. I think my favorite scene was the waterfall, because he had taken him he wanted to take a bath, and instead of him taking Tien to showing him where his bath would be, he took him to the school and dumped him off with the kids and left him. I shouldn't laugh, but he left him there with the kids, and the kids are just looking at him like, teacher. So the kids, they stayed with him as long as they wanted to, but then, they had he already knew about them. He has never seen them because he had read her diary. So, he got introduced to all the kids and everything, and they kind of left him there like they were bored with you don't know what he's doing, let's just leave. So the gang leader of the kids led them off, and Pooh showed back up and took him down to this beautiful waterfall and told him to take a bath in the damn waterfall. And he got in there and started swimming around, and then because he was kind of like trying to remember in the diary like where this girl took a bath and all of this kind of stuff, because he knew it was remote, he couldn't remember. And so he's in there swimming around or whatever, but he told Pooh, like, you need to turn your back. Do you take all of your teachers? Like, did you take the last teacher down there? So he got all awkward because he knew it was a girl. And he was like, yeah. Like he was lying. Hold on. I don't know what that is and where that came from. Maybe it's a piece of this decaying tooth. I don't know. But I had to get it off my tongue. I was like, yuck. But anyway, so, I don't know if he had lied, but he was lying or whatever. And so he told him, like, I bring all of the teachers down here to take a bath. I just have to guard them because you're my responsibility, you're in my care, whatever, blah, blah. He makes his excuse. And so he turned his back, and then Tien went under the water, like held his breath or whatever, and just ducked under the water. And then he started freaking out because when he turned around to kind of peek at him to see what he was doing, he was gone. And he just started freaking out. Pooh was just like taking his clothes off, jumping in the water. I mean, Earth did such a good job, portraying a soldier and, protector of the village and all that. But he's also like a prankster, kind of. on the teacher, because he knows that teacher is not really equipped for that school. And it kind of flashed back to prior to this incident, Tien's enrollment, like applying for the job and, talking to this human resource guy about why he wanted the job. And I love the whole interaction between the two of them, because you learn that like he's never had any responsibility until after he's had his surgery and a second chance on life, that now he wants to kind of dedicate his time to helping others, which is such a sweet sentiment. It's not really reality for me, but I guess for those who have a giving heart like that, that's their reality. But I like the way it flowed into the storyline. I thought it was very well written in, and it isn't so blatant in your face, like from the very opening scene, because you did see him out there in the casino working it out and having a good time with his friends with no care in the world, and then his life gets turned upside down. And so that the other girl who had a really, she had a beautiful life out there on the remote village, but her coming back to Bangkok or Chiang Mai, wherever I don't think it was Chiang Mai, because Chiang Mai is more rural, but I think coming back to Bangkok or whatever, and she gets killed in the city, run over by a car, and then the lady that she was coming to, her cousin or aunt or whoever she was, her relative, really was a bitch to her, like really didn't give a shit about her. And so, it was unfortunate she died, but it all flows so seamlessly, and I love the way the story is unfolding, is what I'm trying to say. And so, you learn a little bit more about Tien's reasons for going there. Like, he really wants to give back because this girl's life was sacrificed, and to him she had such a giving, caring soul. And then as he's meeting all these people, everyone's speaking so graciously about the last teacher and how much people, she earned their respect. They didn't trust her in the beginning, but eventually she won them over, and they were letting him know people aren't going to accept you, out here on this remote village just like right away. You're going to have to show them that, you're worthy of their respect and that you deserve to be there with them, because, they're a very close group and so remote, they just don't take kindly to strangers like that. And so he almost, I guess he was speaking, getting his, thoughts together around him, like her writings and interacting with these people that she has spoke so highly of in her book of diary. And so he has a really good memory of all her teachings, because he pretty much recollects everybody. And then like, I think Pooh, the one Earth plays, kind of picked up that he knew some names that he didn't think he should know, but he didn't put two and two together. He just like, how did you know? And he's like, he made up some kind of, flimsy excuse or whatever to throw him off. And then it moves on. The story moves on to him back at the school with the kids, and he's trying to educate them on letters and stuff. He was teaching them the ABCs and numbers, but they had already learned that from the last teacher. And so he was like, well, what the hell can I teach them? Like, what am I going to teach them? So he decided to take them on a field trip and teach them, about nature and colors and, teaching them English words and stuff like that. So everything was going fine. They went on their field trip. They got to the waterfall because that was their destination. And everything was fine. And then all of a sudden they were getting ready to leave. And the kids were just so happy that they got to, do a field trip, because they'd never done a field trip before. And so he had gained their trust and respect and everything that day. I think he really, the kids really embraced him that day. But then one of the kids got into the water. I guess he fell in the water and drowned, almost drowned. But they got him out in time. And then so all of that hard work with the kids went out the window, because then Pooh was so angry with him. And the doctor was just like, do you think the teacher really wanted the child to drown? Like, come on, cut him some slack. Like, he's trying to do his best as a teacher, and you should not run him off and scold him because that, life is going to happen. In other words, it's just something that happened. It wasn't like the teacher, stuck his head under the water and tried to drown him. And I really liked that. And then I guess Pooh thought about it. But then when he got back, he was his typical arrogant self, tearing into him. And then he was like, you should just leave. Like he kept telling him, you should just go. And so finally, Tien had enough. And he was like, okay, fine, I'm going. Bitch, I'm back and packing my shit and go. So he started packing his stuff. And he was really upset. And then he picked up that girl's book, honey. And then all of the thoughts, honey, start flooding in. All the reasons for him coming there, all the, sacrifice. This girl done sacrificed her damn life for this village, for these kids. She done lost her life. You got her heart inside of you. Do what you came there to do. Do not leave. Like, don't let this one instant, stop you from doing what you came here to do. And so he stood there for a minute while his thoughts flooded through, and he got his confidence back up. And he turned to Pooh and he was like, no, I'm not going to leave. Like, I'm going to stay. And Pooh was like kind of relieved because he was like, oof. I pushed him too hard, so he was looking at him, like staring at him. And he's like, why do you have them spots all over your arms and stuff and all over your hands? He goes, well, the mosquitoes, your village mosquitoes tore my ass up last night. And so he didn't realize that there was a mosquito net. And so he didn't know how to put the mosquito net together or anything because, he's from Charm Life. And so Pooh put it together for him. But then they started with the cat and mouse, snideness again. And he showed him how to do it, and then he took it apart, basically. And he put it back together, and there's like some chemistry starting to flare up between the two of them. Like, even at the waterfall, there's like some little eyeballing and side-eyeing, like, questioning, like, but not enough to really see them becoming a couple or anything like that, because they're still kind of at odds, like the odd couple. So it'll be interesting to see how their character development progresses this next week. And so I'm looking forward to, it's going to be a little bit more intense next week. There's going to be more drama and more characters introduced. I've already seen 2 characters that I recognize from previous BLs. One of the soldiers I recognized, he's a BL from, I want to say it was Trey and Tony, or I forget their names now, but he also was in this one, something about Dance Factory or Dance Academy, or he was like the kickboxer. I think they were wrestlers or something. But anyway, I recognized that actor. I don't know his name per se off the top of my head because I've seen so many damn BLs, but I've seen him in a lot of shit. Like, he's pretty much had cameos in a lot of BLs. He has starred in his own, and then he's also been side characters and add-ins, but he's still working it out as a BL actor, and he still looks very young. And he looks like, to me, he's mixed, like he's more white, like mixed with a white American or English person or something, like European blood in him. So I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of that guy's name. So if anybody knows, drop it in the comment section down below if you get a chance to look at this. But I recognized him, and then the elder guy that was giving Tien all the food that was pig brains and all kinds of shit. And Pooh was sitting over there enjoying it. That man was also the father in a BL. I want to say it was Tay Nu and I forget the BL, but I recognize that man also, and he was very funny in that BL, and he's as funny, if not funnier, in this one. So I'm so glad whoever handpicked the cast for this. It is amazing, and so A Tale of a Thousand Stars, child. If you guys aren't watching it, it is on YouTube. I got a little toothpaste on my face. Sorry, I brushed my teeth this morning, and I guess I got a little toothpaste. But anyway, it's on YouTube. Check it out if you guys get a chance. It is A Tale of a Thousand Stars. It is from Thailand. It is in the Thai language, but they do have English subtitles. So if you don't speak Thai, you still can follow it. So I do recommend this one. It is a little bit intense in the beginning because there's like, people getting captured and war stuff, like, but it's like border wars and stuff like that. So it's a remote part of, I'm assuming it's Chiang Mai because that's the only, Thailand ain't that big. So somewhere in remote parts of Chiang Mai, this remote village that this school exists, and they have to protect the borders from outside villagers, territorial, governmental stuff. So there's real governmental soldiers there. So you will enjoy this. It's very enjoyable. It is a drama. It's comedy. It's everything rolled into one, and you will like it. If I like it, you'll like it. And I think that it is so good to see Earth again. If you guys remember him from The Waterboy, I don't really want to go there, but he was in The Waterboy. There was that original Waterboy, and then they remade it with Earth. And Earth, and I think the one they call Nui was his little co-actor in that one. Like there was like this whole thing with the dad being gay. His best friend started dating his father after his mom had died, and all this kind of stuff. And there was like a little brother involved, and Nui comes in as a swimmer who admires his dad as their coach, and just by chance, like he ends up being his roommate, and they get into this whole, oh my God, it was such a mess. Who wrote this shit? I don't know. Who rewrote this shit? I don't know. But the original one, I don't remember that scene in there. The updated one had the rape scene in there where the Earth character rapes the Nui character, like literally stick his hands down his pants and, finger rapes him and held him down, presses his lips, like he literally just date. It wasn't even a date. It was just he raped his roommate. And then runs out of the room when, he's so disgusted with himself. He runs out or whatever. Make it make sense. I can't. I mean, your dad's gay. Like, get over it. Let it go. Like, I guess it wouldn't be a BL if they didn't have that in it. But I don't know how you make a rape turn into a romance. I struggle with that. And I've seen so many BLs like this. If someone else can explain it, please do. I have my own. I can't. I'm not. I can't. Make it make sense. If you can make it make sense, I can roll with it. But I have my own reservations about when you're forcing someone to do something against their will, and you take advantage of somebody and overpower their will and their ability to say no, and you're just controlling them and doing whatever the hell you want to do. I don't see a romance coming out after that unless you have some sort of mental disorder or some sort of syndrome, Munchausen syndrome, or the abuser syndrome or something like that. Like I said, make it make sense. But that was one of the BLs that I cringed so hard. I had to watch it a couple of times because Nui was really cute in it. And Earth, like he grew on me towards the end of it, but I still had trouble with the remake of Waterboy. I just was like, what in the entire hell is like? It was so violent and so graphic and so ugh. It since I had to watch it several times to try to understand. Like, bitch, how in the entire hell do you make a romance out of a rape, literally a rape scene? And so I still followed Earth after that because I really liked his acting skills. I thought him and Nui were a good fit. When Tainu came along with Blue Wave, Blue Lagoon, or Blue Water, whatever that BL was, Blue something, I can't think of it now. Um, I thought they were a better fit as a BL acting couple. But I still like them in the Waterboy. Like, anybody with Nui, honey, anybody could, and you put any guy with him, and it's gonna be gold. Like that GMMTV, they knew what they were doing when they hired him because he's a cutie pie. Like, he is just a piece of individual eye candy, diamond eyed cutie pie acting, and he's a really good actor. And that little boy, that actor is not aging at all. He looks exactly the same. Like, bitch, I want to know where the fountain is and let me dip my toes into it. For real. And so, just gonna throw a little foundation on. That's all I'm gonna say about Waterboy. I mean, I seen it. I saw the original one. The original one I thought was better than the remake. The remake made me cringe when I saw that whole rape scene, that whole interaction with Nui and Earth, slamming him up against the wall and forcing himself on him and all. Ugh. I was just like, I don't see how this is gonna be a romance, but they turned it into a romance, and I was just like, bitch, no, not today, not ever. But I'm not the one who doing remakes in Thailand on shit. And so I don't know. I think there's some cultural differences there that I just don't understand about, the BL industry, with gay storylines like that, because like I said, I ain't really fit into the gay community like that, so I really don't know. I'm not a gay man, so I don't know about how two gay men fall in love if one's raping the other one. And I've seen several BLs with that kind of situation going on. I'm like, how the hell do you make a romance out of rape? Like, I don't understand it. So, if anybody can make it make sense, please drop a comment below. I would love to know if it's some sort of cultural thing. You rape your partner and they fall in love with you. Aw, he took advantage of me and now I love him. We're going to get married. And we're going to live happily ever after, really? Okay. Okay, I know this is a soap opera, but I've seen crazier stuff. I mean, I've seen some other BLs and other cultures and stuff that are similar situations of people taking advantage of each other and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, if it's a gay thing, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a gay person, a gay man, so I don't know exactly how that works in any situation. But I know when I got attacked many times in my life, bitch, I still want to cut a bitch. There's no romantic feelings there, so I don't get it. So make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. And so I'm just putting on a little bit of foundation because I gotta make my coins today. I gotta make a little bit of coins. And it's cold this morning, so I got the car on. Should I put some powder on my face? I guess I could. I'll put a little bit of powder on there just to, for extra. I gotta wear a mask anyway, so it's not like if they're gonna see my face. Cover up them fun bags. You see them fun bags? Well, I don't get too much sleep. Ashton woke me up at 5:30 this morning. He wanted to poop. Child, I was not trying to go outside. I'm like, you have to poop in the house, honey, because I'm not going out there with you right now. I'm too tired. And my body was all locked up, just so I could barely move. I could barely get up this morning. And then once he pooped and I cleaned all his little mess up, he went back to sleep, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. I was so mad at him. I was like, damn it. You woke me up, and I was sleeping so good. And the other two puppies, they sleep all night. He's the only one that wakes up still. Like, his little body schedule is still not caught up to theirs. He still wants to try to poop. I take all of them outside to use the bathroom. They all do except for him. Like, he's the only one out of the three that won't. Like, he refuses to. And I'm like, and he's scared at night. Like, if he hears the deer or anything, he's heading for the door. Like, bitch, let's go. Like, I'm not staying out here. It's nighttime. I'm scared. Like, he is like a little boy. Like, he really is I should have named him Pinocchio. I really should have, because he acts just like a little boy. I'm like, you act just like a little human. You don't act like a dog. And so interesting. Let's see. I'm going to try to put my earrings on. I normally don't put earrings on, but I feel like wearing earrings, so I'm going to put these on. These little dinglies. I'm putting on my clip-ons. Can you see them? They look good with this hair. And I don't know what else is going on. Let's see. So I got to see that BL. I don't know if Amori has posted anything or not, because my internet's been not working all week. Like, it's been going out at night and coming back on in the daytime, so I haven't been able to get caught up on all of the BLs that I watch. But Amori, I need to check to see if it's posted anything new, because I have no idea. I have no clue. And so I would like to know. I would love to know what's going on with Amori. I need to put something on my lips because they are so dry. I got mine. This is brought to you by, what is this? Blistex. They're our sponsors today. When your lips are dry, blissfully bliss them away with Blistex. That looks so good. I think this is all the energy I have for making my coins today. My hair is all funk. Let me just spritz it a little bit. It was starting to kind of fly away because the wind started blowing yesterday. And I thought yesterday was Saturday. I literally was working my Saturday shift yesterday. And once I figured it out, it was late in the day. And I was like, well, she told me I could work some overtime anyway. So I guess it all works out. I don't know why. Yesterday felt like a Saturday to me. Like, today doesn't really feel like a Saturday, even though I know it is, because I thought yesterday was Saturday. But when you're in a pandemic, I mean, this is how my fucking brain works. Excuse me, but this is how my damn brain works. Like, I'm like, I don't know what damn day of the week it is. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I just know that it's the weekend. Like, I know it's the weekend. These days are running into each other, and I just don't have time. I hope this helps some of the frizziness in this wig. I don't feel like fooling with it too much because I still got to put my work shirt and all this stuff on over these clothes. So oh my God, it's so crazy. Does it look okay? Like, I just don't know. Look up here. I'm just trying to pull it. I got some dog hair. Is that dog hair? I don't know what that is. What's supposed to be a drop right there? I think I got it. Some little bit life back to it. That's good enough. All right. So I'm gonna sign off. It is Princess Ariel. If you guys are just tuning in with me, thank you for tuning in. This is the first car chat I've had in a while because of my internet. It has been down for most of the week, so I'm a little bit behind on everything. So I'm going to spend the weekend trying to get caught up. So like, share, subscribe. Please share this with whoever is into the BL series. And if you want to donate, I have the Cash App. It's Princess Ariel. I do have a PayPal now. I just have to post it and give the information, and I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Try to keep my channel going. We'll see if it grows or not. We're going to keep trying. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye.